Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a busy morning. I have not even haven't eaten breakfast. Haven't even got my water. But I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. This has been a lot of studying I've been having to do. Um, a lot of studying I've been having to do, and I don't know. I don't know why I thought. I don't know. I just felt like it was getting to a. Yeah, I probably don't know what I'm talking about. It felt like it was getting to a little calm down because a lot of people have been postponing launches because of how the market has been flowing or whatever. Which I mean, that has happened, but it's a lot of stuff on the market. Actually, that's something I'm gonna talk about later in the stream as well. Good morning. I know I just come on here and I just started talking. Um, but that's who I am. So, but good morning. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend. And hopefully, I'll say this. Hopefully, you guys didn't get scared out. I know when I first, I might still try to do it now, but when I first started this channel or the Patreon or whatever, you know, I want to make sure, people are not being scared out of these times in the markets when we have dips and everything like that. But it's kind of like, I know I keep using this reference and I don't mean it to be condescending in any type of way, but, it's kind of like when your parents, like, when the kids first learn to walk, you got to hold them up a couple of times, but after they've been walking, a while, you got to let them fall sometimes or whatever. So, I usually try to be really encouraging. Not I think I was in a way, but just got to see how you guys handle this on your own. Sometimes, not that I, left you guys on your own, but um, you gotta get your own psyche together, encourage yourself when these drops are coming or whatever. And it's like I said on my stream the other day, I didn't think it was no biggie. It's I want to say it's not even the usual drop. It was what people not understanding or what we used to seeing in Bitcoin around the halving or any time in the cycle. Like they're usually much bigger. What happened this time was I was going to talk about this later. I'm gonna just talk freely, but I was going to talk about this later. But so it wasn't that Bitcoin fell. It's something I've been talking about. I've been talking about this for 3 months, and I know it bores the hell out of y'all sometimes. But what I feel like happens is not only I always say that there's always a man behind every movement that is done. So there's always somebody selling, somebody's buying, whether the price is going up and down. It's a man behind whatever's going on. Then they usually, and this is just across life. This is not just crypto markets. They always give you a reason why something is happening, but it's happening because they wanted to make it happen. Um, and so they use the whole, and trying to say this in the most empathetic way because I'm not making light of it, but they try to, just use the whole war thing, whatever. But I did hear a couple of people talking about this now that realize like people got to pay taxes. The deadline is today or whatever. So people having to pay their taxes, taking profits. That's one thing. Second thing is before the halving, and I've been saying this, and I don't think people are going to stop with the scammy projects or whatever, but before the halving, a lot of the projects that I've even been waiting to come out, have not come out. There's still a lot of projects to come out. And what was happening is people was creating projects or pumping up old projects or doing whatever BS they could to pump their bags up to get ready for the projects that are coming on the market and the Bitcoin halving. So people get so stuck in this, what do I want to call it? Like, oh, this is how the cycle works, but they never ask themselves, why does the cycle work that way? Yeah, before the Bitcoin halving, there's always a big dump, so be ready. But why is there a big dump? It's probably because people dumping the trash they were holding or whatever. And what happens is when they start dumping the trash they're holding to get into more legit coins to get ready for the actual bull market, people don't realize it's really the dumping the trash that people are doing. So everybody starts dumping everything, and then the whole market ends up dumping or whatever. That's just one of my takes on it. One of my theories on why this happens. Just it's a man. Whether it's me, you, 1,000 people, 100,000 people. There's always a person like me or you that's selling or buying that's making this happen. So you got to ask yourself why this stuff is happening. I just feel like it's people just repositioning themselves into the stuff they really want to hold. And then, like I said, when people start seeing some stuff fall, then everything falls. I know there was the war news at all, and it all kinds of works together. It works together, right? So yeah, some people dump because they heard the war news. Some people dump because the Bitcoin pre-halving dump. Some people dump because they weren't holding what they wanted. It's just all kinds of reasons. Um, which is why I know some of y'all say, man, if we knew this was coming, man, we would have sold off early. I just been through a couple of cycles. I just relieve myself of that stress. Are you going to be a little stressed seeing your portfolio go down? Yeah. Are you going to be a little stressed not having dry powder? Yeah. You have all these things, but I'm telling you, it's much less stress than this trying to trade in and out. And then it's going to be 2 times you get it right. It's going to be the one time you get it wrong when you mess yourself up. That's why I just try not to get caught up in it. Even when I saw it falling, you could say like, oh, they just said this news, so I'm a dump. I just hold myself in whatever dry powder I have on the side, start buying stuff. And I think like everything was a good sale this weekend. And I hear everybody's always making content. I'm not even type when I come to my channel, my Patreon, whatever. I don't even think of this as making content. I'm just literally here just rumbling and just talking about what's going on and what I feel or whatever. But people who feel the need to make content, they got to make either a controversial statement or a thumbnail or whatever, or they got to, it's got to be sensationalized some type of way. I was like, I literally was like buying, and other people was like, people are telling you to buy right now, but it's the wrong time. They're steering you wrong, man. Shut up with all that nonsense, man. You better buy when you see a sale. Buy when you see cheap prices, and that's what you do. Don't worry about if it's going to go longer. I saw people on their channels, as well as even people in the group saying, hey, man, this is worth it. It can last longer. Stop focusing on that. It's going to come back up. So don't worry. It's not about how long the war is going to be or how long it's going to take. It's eventually coming back up. So you should need to get yourself positioned. And to be honest, I know a lot of you are probably sad because some of these dips didn't last as long as you wanted them to. And once again, doesn't mean it can't dip back down, because usually that is how a dip looks. Bitcoin dips, altcoins dip. Bitcoin goes back up a little bit, but people are skeptical on altcoins, so they sitting still. Bitcoin goes up, it dumps again, they dump down a little bit lower. Yeah, I know that's how it works, but don't stress yourself out like that. Just try to find your best strategy to have some dry powder ready for these dips as much as you can. Because I've been through this a couple of times. I know what it looks like. I know a lot of people's like, man, this dude's stupid. Look at his thumbnail. He don't know what he's talking about or whatever. But I feel like I definitely made the right call there. Hopefully you guys caught some sales and, feeling good about some of your buys. So news dictates the market. So we had the whole thing about the war escalating, which I don't even want to really get into. I'll really talk about it in my Patreon or on the channel. I don't want to get in politics, which side is right, which side is wrong. I'm not going to talk about all that mess. I still have an empathetic heart. Hopefully everybody's okay. But one thing I'm going to say this too before I even talk about this. One thing I learned, especially with a person who grew up like me. I didn't even spend a lot of time with my lady this weekend like I usually do. I spent it with my family, and I just realized how my mother, raised us. And it's like, she's very empathetic, has a big heart, and so I inherited that. But at the same time, with these markets, you can be empathetic about what's going on with the war and stuff, but to be honest, other people might say it sounds you sound like you don't care, you whatever, but you got to stay focused. The war is going on. People could be losing their lives. I feel for them. The same if it would be over here, because a lot of people say, oh, you don't care because it's not happening on your soil. No, I do care. But at the same time, I have to stay focused in what I can do for my family and the outlook of my family. And I mean, it is what it is. It sounds kind of cutthroat, but you got to stay focused on the market. Like I said, I know a lot of people got caught up in this, like, man, it's about to tank, man. I saw somebody was like, man, the next 6 months is going to be bearish. Like, what, 6 months? Can you count? What 6 months is, right? That's like October. That's October, November. We're not about to be bearish for 6 months. Focus. Usually markets do, hate to say it, but usually they do well during these times or whatever. So anyway, I'm just trying to stay focused, because then you have this news that came right behind that. And we were already talking about this last week, if you were watching the channel, about the Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETF approval, as well. They did it Ethereum too. So a lot of people still on the fence if the US is going to have Ethereum ETFs or whatever. A lot of people saying they don't think it's going to happen in May. And to be honest, the way the market is going, I'm kind of thinking it might not happen in May either, because they want to draw out, just like I said with individual projects, you want to draw out bullish news. Some of y'all think y'all like, oh man, I'm in this project and they ain't said nothing for 2 weeks. Bro, we got a whole market ahead of us. Let them spread out their good news. And that's what you really want. So I think they're going to drag back the Ethereum ETFs. Once again, I'm not trying to predict the future. I really don't care, to be honest. But they're probably going to drag those out later, so we get some bullish news for the market later on. But Hong Kong has already approved theirs or whatever. So I mean, if you don't know, Hong Kong has a lot of money. So we're gonna see what happens with the space, how much money flows into it, and it is what it is. Thomas said, he says, nothing has changed in my opinion. Too many bullish catalysts coming. All-time high after 3 years of consolidation. U.S. ETFs, Asian ETFs, Bitcoin halving, and U.S. debt is spiraling like crazy because these stupid people act like they can't stop printing money, but whatever. So yeah, we got a lot of bullish news coming. And like I was just saying earlier, I'm just swipe through these. But like I was saying, the real bull market comes after the halving. So a lot of people are dumping stuff that maybe they were just making trades on to get more money to actually put into place. Let's say the year didn't start too well. I'm just throwing out numbers, so I'm not trying to say what's big and what's small, but maybe they didn't have as much as they want. They started with 10,000. Most people before the halving are making a whole bunch of trades. They're trying to trade quick trades, 5 and 10x's or whatever, to make that $10,000, $50,000 or whatever they're trying to make. Okay, now that the 10,000 I started with, that's not as much as I wanted, but now I got the $100,000 I really want to play with. Now let me stop all this trading mess and put this $100,000 in stuff that I want to hold long term. So yeah, the real bull market starts after. I know a lot of y'all been confused and like, well, why are they not moving? Why this not moving? Why that's not moving? Because we're not there yet. We are in the term bull market. We are in one, but it's just it has different stages. Um, so what is this here? Oh yeah. So let's talk about this. So it says Bitcoin's aggregated funding rates have turned negative. What impact could this have on the market? A negative funding rate suggests a more bearish sentiment among traders. If the price continues to rise while funding remains negative, it indicates that traders are shorting more aggressively, potentially leading to a short squeeze and further price increases. I don't know. I'm just not wired that way. I'm not wired to gamble. I know people trying to make quick money. Um, I'm all off probably my notes, but it don't matter. I don't gamble like that. And, people like to leverage trade, short, long the market. I think it's real dangerous to be trying to short Bitcoin around the halving. But some people feel smart, or they just got a gambling itch or whatever that they got to scratch. Is not a smart thing to be doing right now. I was about to say something else. I forgot it. But yeah, people are shorting the market right now. It's not a smart thing to do. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I was saying. Even said to the group this weekend. Um, I'm not trying to say I'm a genius or know it all or whatever, but after being in the space a while, like there's a lot of people. I keep saying it. I'm not trying to be petty, but a lot of people faking in the cycle, whether they have a Twitter page or a YouTube channel about crypto, and they just like, oh, I was in last cycle. I know how this thing works and whatever, and leading people astray and really leading people the wrong way and don't really understand how the market works. But what I said to my group this weekend is, and this won't always stand to be true, but I know this time around is like, I said to them that a lot of people are saying, hey, I wouldn't buy it. Let me say this slowly so y'all understand. I've said this before. So a lot of people, especially big influencers, are saying, hey guys, I wouldn't start buying yet because we could go lower. All right, that's the statement, right? What I said about that is you got to realize they're trying to hold you off from buying. Like, hold on, y'all, don't buy this dip yet because I need my short to go through. They need that price to fall and hit the short to hit so they can get their leverage trade or whatever. So I was telling people like, man, you better go ahead and start buying. Don't listen to that mess. And then you see what happens. Some of the stuff already start retracing. Once again, doesn't mean it can't dump lower, but you already caught a good enough deal. Don't be the stupid person that's like, it's 50% down, but let me see if I can get it 70% down. You just being foolish. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be condescending, but I just think that's foolish. Like people just like, you got a 50% discount and you're trying to see if it's going to be 75, 80, just go ahead and buy it. And I know it's not making sense to a lot of y'all right now, especially early in the market. But in a couple of months, it's going to make sense. For one, you're not going to remember some of these dips or whatever, and you're going to be glad that you bought like 20, 50%. 50% dip is just crazy. Like you see something that you believe in, and it's not just based off because Zoe mentioned it or one of your friends in the group mentioned it, and you really have conviction on it, and you see a 50% discount, you should definitely be buying it. But I'm not going to say that quite a bit, so I'm not going to harp on that too long. This I don't even know if all my articles in order, but this one says crypto is holding up pretty well considering SEC is suing Uniswap, WW3 fears, world, and excuse me, inflation is bad. Fed can't cut rates. I mean, they can, but I'll come back to this. And Solana's congested with cats or whatever. But yeah, the crypto market is holding pretty well. Like I said, a lot of you getting afraid, and I'm not trying to make fun of you or being condescending, but bro, this is like it could be so much worse. Like most of these altcoins, like before, was dumping like 70, 80% when this would happen. So it's just kind of how the market flows. I know this is not what y'all signed up for, but well, it's not what you thought you signed up for, but it's definitely what you signed up for. Um, but once again, just like I was saying, we're probably holding off the Ethereum ETFs with this inflation thing. Yeah, I know I don't want to get too much in that because some of y'all don't care, but I understand what the markets are, inflation, all that kind of stuff, whatever. And you could say that no, they can't cut rates now because we don't know if it's under control, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like they're also using this the rate cuts to prolong the market. And like I said, this is good. To me, this is good because whether it's them forcing the market to be longer or however you want to take it, you could say they're controlling the market and that's a negative. But if they cause the market to be us, I mean, excuse me, not the market, but the market cycle to be longer, that's a good thing for you. I don't think you understand. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move on because I keep saying this. I don't think y'all understand the power of the time that you have to accumulate. That's why I say, and I know quite a few people do this, and they do it for different reasons. But that's why I'm not trying. I'm not the guy who's like, say we get into a play and we make some X's on it. Then after I make a 5 or 10X, even a 10X, I come to the channel and I'm braggadocious like, yeah, man, we got in this and we up 10X. Now I understand, like I said, other people do this for different reasons, but I can tell the reasons why some people are doing it, right? Some people like their channel or the Patreons are based differently, whatever. But you have people doing that. And so say we get up 10X on a project, even 10X, right? And we up 10X on the project. I bring it to the channel. And then I'm like, hey, look, y'all, we up 10X. And look at this retracement. A lot of stuff that you would 10X up on and stuff, you probably up 4, 5X, maybe even 3X on some of it. So that gives you a second chance. You bought it 1 penny, it goes up to 10 cents. You brag about it, you tell the whole world about it, and now it retraces to 3 cents. That's your time to accumulate. But now that you let the whole world know about it, everybody else is accumulating at 3 cents too. So that's why I say, I understand, people trying to build their channels or whatever, but I'm not here to build a channel. I'm not here to get more subscribers. I'm really here just to help the people that's in the group or whatever. So if I go and blab in where we at or what we holding too early, then when it dips like this, then you don't have the time to accumulate because the rest of the market is accumulating. But once again, you want this market to take its time so you have time to accumulate. And then when it starts running, you will understand why it was good to have time to accumulate. I going forward, y'all. I don't know if these are in the order I want them in, but we just gonna talk about them as they come. So Solana has rolled out. It's funny because 14th seemed like it was a couple more days away, but it's already passed. It's the 15th now. Solana rolls out an update to tackle the network congestion. A meme coin trading frenzy and rapid spike in users has stressed the network in recent months. It's been a little more than that, but I'm not going to get into all the technical stuff y'all probably don't even care about. I shouldn't say it. I sound like somebody that I don't like, but whatever. But there's a lot of stuff with no, I can't say that because never mind. But it was a lot more than just meme coins and stuff like that, But they go ahead and implemented the update, and I feel like the network has been acting better. Even when I tried to do some swaps earlier, or whatever, I didn't really make any buys, but I was just trying to see how stuff was working, and it's looking a little bit smoother. I think things are gonna be better for Solana. That's why I wasn't. A lot of people become bearish again, or like I said, they're always trying to make fun of Solana or whatever. But it's fine. It was a small fix. It was nothing major. Yeah, just talking about the validators upgrading their nodes and all that kind of stuff. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But it's gonna be fine, y'all. It's definitely going to be fine. And if I will say this. Even even while it was going on, if you were smart, Solana fees don't cost a lot. So you should have been trying to buy stuff ahead of people because other people was like, man, I'm waiting till the network comes back online. Or I'm tired of trying to deal with Solana right now because it's got congestion or whatever. That was not the move, y'all. That you should have been. I tried transaction 7 and 8 times until they went through. I'm like, when it comes back, then I'll be in position. Once again, nobody's was really bearish on Solana because the stablecoin holders are still going up. Like I said, smart people are like getting their stable coins ready on Solana to buy stuff when the network comes back online or whatever. I'm always trying to be as ahead as I can be. Dang, I had a lot of Solana news. I guess I was just trying to see if it was anything deeper. Um, wow, I forgot they do that. They kind of blocked me from even seeing that article. Um, I guess I should have this at the front, but it's just talking about the Bitcoin nosedive, with the conflicts in the Middle East or whatever. I hate to say it this way, but yeah, you can't fall for that. Like I said, you should have been when that thing fell. Everybody should have been buying. I was not about the war because I got to make that clear, but I was definitely happy that prices started to fall. And it's yeah, man, I'm yeah. Oh, there's some other good stuff in there, but I'm gonna get to that later. But I'm gonna breeze through this one again too. But I was looking at it. Bitcoin's normal drop leads to $256 million worth of longs liquidated. Once again, I know I talk about the shortest, but same with long, trying to long Bitcoin. I'm tired of talking about this, to be honest. But like I said, once you lose on a leverage trade, you got to play catch up. You playing catch up, so it's just not a thing you want to do. Let me see. I think I want to talk about this one last. Hold on. I'm gonna hold that one off, and then I'm gonna get to you guys' questions. We're going kind of fast today. I'm gonna read one of these with you, so I haven't even read it yet. I got that one, then that one. Oh, that's a double up. Do I want to read? Give me a minute, guys. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm underprepared. It's that I'll be studying. I know sometimes y'all see me. I'll be going for a while, and then I just start dropping by alerts. It's because I'm actually studying. So sometimes it's hard to do all this stuff at one time. No, I'm gonna skip that one. So once again, man, I know it sounds like I'm repeating on this one, but just even from some of my studies over the weekend, as I always say, you can't jump in everyone, but boy, when I tell you, I don't care what nobody says. I was one of the first ones to clearly say that meme coins is going to be a narrative. Um, I see a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, boy, with meme coins are going to be a narrative is all I can say. But this one is talking about OKX launches WIF and Mu spot trading amid meme coin craze. I think I don't like the Mu launched kind of high. I know a lot of people did catch it on the front end, and I think I should have been one of the ones to catch it on the front side. But I'm pretty sure it's still going to run. There's some other ones they behind too, but y'all got to really study these meme coins. Don't be jumping into every last one you see. But yeah, so a lot. What I brought this up to say is a lot of them are going to be listed on exchanges. I remember at the top, when the cycle really first started, people was like, oh, Bonk is the chosen one. And I mean, I think Bonk is still doing pretty well, but people were saying it like this is going to be the only one. Nope. These people, for one, you got to realize exchanges make money on it, the trading fees and all that kind of stuff too. So that's why they want to put these things on. So a lot of them will be, but you got to be careful. Make sure you know somebody that knows what's going on and don't. I'll be seeing people lying about trash, be like, it's about to get listed on blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm looking at all the people behind this project. Granted, everybody doesn't follow the Twitter pages when they're behind something, but just be careful. Once again, I'm just bringing it to your attention so you don't hear from somebody else. What is these? What are these here? I'm gonna skip that one. And this last one, is this the last one? No, it's not the last one. Sorry. So I'm gonna just talk about this one. And I finally saw a certain person talking about this as well. I try not to even talk about this in a way that sounds deep or too alpha field. I'm just speaking in layman's terms every time I say this, y'all. So this article is saying only 6 altcoins in the top 50 have outperformed Bitcoin this year. So a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're still early in the cycle, and it's not an alt season yet. So these alts still can run. So I'm gonna say that. What I will say is like when you got the layer ones, the different stuff that are lower market caps or whatever, and they're still considered blue chips. Usually they perform, better than Bitcoin. But what I keep saying, and I finally saw somebody that said, And I know y'all be like, is he trying to bore us by saying the same thing? I just keep trying to reiterate it so you have it in your mind. And I saw two other, I'm not saying that. I saw two people that would be considered, they're definitely considered two of the biggest people in the crypto space talking about the same thing I've been saying. Like, I know the tech. I have other friends that know the tech, so it's not Zoe that knows the tech, even the VCs and a lot of these projects got great VCs behind them. And so it'll mislead you to think that this project is great tech. They have a lot of followers on Twitter. There's a lot of VCs behind it. Other projects, whatever. But I keep saying all of these projects cannot be $80 billion. So when y'all talking about all these projects that are $1 to $4 billion already, whatever, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of them, I don't even see a 20x coming for them. Not to mention, even if they got a little inkling of dilution, even if it's 40% dilution, I just, it's not me just trying to be a DJing. Like, all of them can't reach these market caps that y'all thinking, because people, I keep seeing people say like, yeah, Cardano and Solana and blah 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 reached 80 million, 50 million. So for a blue chip, your target is 50 billion. But look how many blue chip projects we got this cycle, whatever. And then like the person was saying this morning, like, and then you have all this dilution in the vesting schedules behind these projects. And a lot of people are gonna be sad at the end of the bull run, realizing how many gains they could have made. But I don't know. But like I said, if I'm wrong, man, I'm just gonna make more money where I'm at. But I've been saying this stuff for weeks and weeks and weeks, and now other people are starting to say it. And one of the ones and they actually mentioned one of the ones that I was bullish on. I know for a fact I was like one of the very few people to like talking about it extensively or following it was Dimension. And I like Dimension. I like the project, I like what they do. But on top of it launching so high and then seeing the vesting schedule, a lot of y'all even in the group was like, "Hey man, you buying it? You buying it?" And I was like, "Man, I don't think I'm gonna get it, man." And I know that's kind of like, it's like misleading. It was like, "But Zoe, you've been talking about this project forever. You put other people onto the project, so why are you not buying it?" I was just like, "Man, it launched way higher than I thought, and the vesting schedule or whatever." Um, so yeah, just be careful between meme coins, and it's crazy because they're on two different sides. But I would, if I were to make a statement in this live, I would say is the most. It's crazy. Yeah, I would say the most dangerous things in crypto right now, the things that are on two different sides of the spectrum, and that's the layer ones and the blue chips and meme coins are the most dangerous things right now for me. Um, and I know that's a controversial statement, but I really believe they're the most dangerous things right now in crypto. When you considering you trying to make life changing wealth or whatever, because you can get in the blue chip and it just not give you as many X's as you want, or you can get a meme coins and they can rug on you. Um, I saw one the other day that three people got into. I'm pretty sure they didn't create it, but once you see these type of people believing in it, you think to get into it, but it rugged. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about what it is because some of y'all DJs like, if it rugged, I'm gonna go pick it up and see what it does or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I know we got the Hong Kong news and all that, but it's a pretty chill stream, nothing really hype or whatever. But mainly the stuff I saw is like, like I said, stuff I'm trying to keep to myself and trying to study and see what we can how we can help the group out making some money. Hopefully I finish looking at a few of these in the next 2 to 4 hours, maybe something like that, and then we yeah, we'll get to that. All right, let me situate the stuff over here. Um, just a minute. All right, let's see what we got over. Pull up you guys' comments. Streaming software was acting a little wonky. All right, let's see. I keep I keep seeing this. It's a dope looking emblem you got there, J5. You've been on the channel a couple of times. I see an X as a gym. I looked at ICNX and I just it's got some good people behind it. I think or whatever. I don't know. It's not about being right or wrong. For one, like I said, I can't hold everything. Looks decent, but I haven't like dove into it. But I saw some of the people around it that was dealing with the project, and I know it's supposed to be connected to. I seen it. It's supposed to be not immutable. I'm bugging. I'm a little tired, y'all. I've been studying all morning. I know morning might have started for y'all. Just started for y'all. I've been up hours already. But I think it's Sandbox. Like I think they connected Sandbox. Um, and it's not because I'm not as bullish on Sandbox or whatever. I think it could do well, but it's not something I wanted to hold. But I'm pretty sure it could definitely fly. Um, it's just something I didn't pick it up. But I think it could do well. I haven't looked deep into it. Maybe if I get some extra time, I'll look deeper into it. And if you're watching the channel now, maybe you guys can look into it. It's pretty decent from what I saw. Um, PC said, "Hazel, happy start to a new day." It is. I should have got up and drank my water and stretched and got breakfast, but I didn't. But it is what it is. Like I said, and no, it's funny because the market seems down to probably y'all, but it's actually moving fast. Because on my side, where I'm studying, it's just like too much to study. It's like, so I guess I'm glad the market's kind of down and people are chill, like investors are chill, but the market itself, as far as projects and stuff, is not chill. I've been having to do a lot of studying. Uh, and like I said, you got the legit projects you got to study. And I don't care what nobody says. I've been said it. Yeah. I I find myself spending 20% to 25% of my time studying meme coins too, because it just is what it is. You can be late and finding out that it's going to be serious as bull run, or you just try to jump on it and make some money. Once again, but you don't put as much money into these as you do like a legit project because anything could happen unless you really study this joint and you know exact. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all. I got to look at some while more. I just thought about it. Once again, y'all know I'm not trying to. I know everybody likes to have the intros and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to be no CNN crypto channel. I'm just here to talk to you guys. So sometimes I will do something like this to. I remember one time, it was a couple weeks ago. I think I stopped the whole stream to make a buy. It's went down since then, but I don't care. I'll be listen. Like I said, I see a good price. I'm gonna buy. If you remember what project I'm talking about, I'm still bullish on it. It went down with the market, and okay, yeah, I'm watching. I'm watching something right now. Y'all, let's see it. Y'all see soon. I'm gonna leave that there so I can check it later. Um, Natty said, "Good morning, Zoe. You was right about these fake AI DPIN mix of VPN bot projects. They were shield heavy and pumped massively. However, they crashed so much more than other projects on Saturday." Yeah, it's funny you say that because that's what I started the stream talking about. Like how a lot of them were pumping those projects so they can get money for the after the halving. And I fully know, especially with a person, once again, like I always make this joke. I'm not trying to collect Patreon members like Infinity Stones. I know some be like, they try to give you every reason to join their Patreon. And to be honest, I know a lot of times on my channel, I'll probably give y'all reasons not to. Because y'all like, man, this dude just keep talking about this perspective and this, that, and other. He not giving us no micro caps on the channel and whatever. But it is what it is. I also don't buy followers. Y'all don't, a lot of people buy subscribers. I don't do that trade. Like, nobody channels moves that fast. But anyway, back to the boring stuff is I know a lot of times y'all can come to like, well, man, Zoe ain't talking about his project. He don't know what the crap going on. This dude don't know nothing. Look at this AI project following. I'm like, what I do know is this AI project is flying, but it's a made up project. And at any time they could stop shilling it. But at the same time, they could continue shilling it because AI is going to be a narrative. But my mindset is from the research I've done that I've did 6 to 12 months ago when I started my research, I've collected a list of projects, and most of these AI projects that I've collected, I haven't seen coming out. So my belief is that they're pumping the fake ones that them and their friends made up. I'm gonna say one more thing about this too. They're pumping those, so when those real AI projects come out, because AI is going to be a narrative, they're going to put that fake AI money that they made off unknowing retail investors into the real AI projects. What another thing I will, I got to be careful how I talk about this one. So yeah. So you know how you have you know how, let me try to say this clearly. You know how a lot of people been doing pre-sales on meme coins or whatever? What y'all don't know is they've been doing this with these fake like AI projects too. And pay attention to this. There's the the same way they do the pre-sales with AI tokens is what they do with those. They're like, and a lot of them are rugged, so be careful with that. So what they'll do is they say send money to this address, right? And so you just send the money to that address, and then you get whatever allocation of that meme coin before it launches or whatever. Like I said, 90% of these are rugs, so y'all can play that game if you want to. But y'all don't realize these AI projects, they're doing the same thing. A legit pre-sale goes through VCs and all that kind of different stuff or whatever, but they have been doing these. Like I know like 3 or 4 of these, it's really just them and their friends getting in. It's like, hey man, we about to launch this fake AI project. Send how much money you want to put into this project. They might send 15, 20 grand or whatever. And then next thing you know, pay attention to what I'm saying. Next thing you know, you're being shielded an AI project that's at 300, 400 million market cap, right? But they'll present it to you like, hey man, this altcoin is dope and it's been on a tear. Go back and look at the chart. Where did the tear happen? Where did the gradual increase happen in that chart? Where was it a decent chart? No, that sucker goes just like that. That's because they all got the allocation at their pre-sale price. They send it to the wallet because the person who controls the contract can send out the tokens. I mean, it's kind of how it happens with everything, but they can control the tokens that go out of the contract. So they send them all out at whatever price. Whoever the big dogs probably do get a cheaper price, whatever. But sometimes they'll send it out, everybody get in at the same price. And then so once all the money is in that project, the market cap starts at 10 or 20 million, right? It'll start at 10 or 20 million. And then you'll see the increase going up. So if you go back and look at the charts, I'm gonna do your own research. I'm not gonna tell you everything on the channel. I can't babysit you all the way. Go back and look at some of these charts. And you be like, it started at 10 million. It never was gradually increased from 1 million. But if you go back and you try to use your different tools, go and see if you see any VCs behind these projects. You won't find any VCs. You won't see any funding rounds. You won't see any of that. It's just because it was a made up token. They made up a Twitter. They said, send your money to this address, and then we're going to send y'all some tokens, and then we're going to shield the hell out of this thing. So anyway, I went on a tangent because I'm trying to let y'all know this is something that's going to happen this cycle. But, Natty brought this up, and that's why I'm talking about it. So yeah, but I mean, it's a lot of projects still come out on the market. I went on a longer tangent than I wanted to, but whatever. As he said, good morning, Azzy, how you doing? Tad Ape said, good morning, friends. Good morning, how you doing? Jack said, Grand Base got rugged on Base Network. I don't even know what that is. There's a lot of projects rugging on Base. There's a few, like some of the guys that I know in the space or whatever that are knowledgeable on this stuff. I've been digging into Base a lot myself. Actually, I don't even be honest. I think one of the projects I put out that I'm really bullish on, I didn't even tell y'all that it's connected to Base. I didn't even get around to saying that. But it's Base is kind of, it's not as easy as to study as other networks, and that's why a lot of people getting rugged, because everybody's trying to chase that narrative, but they don't know how to find the stuff that's on there. So man, there's been so many Base rugs. Like, nope, it's like, I don't know, people scared to talk about it, but I don't even know what that project is. So I wouldn't be surprised if it rugged. That's why I say, I know y'all want to chase and be in the beginning of narratives, whether it's a meme coin or something, but do your research. Just don't throw money in there. Yeah. Tadip said, I feel like crypto is meant to detach from Web 2 issues. So when people mention Web 2 events as a reason why the crypto market dips, is kind of a cop out. Yeah, definitely. I say the same thing. Tadip said, I think this was 100% one, manipulation shakeout, and two, tax season. Yeah, that's why I'll be telling people, you got to have your own perspective. Don't run with everything you see people put on their channels and their Twitter feed or whatever. Like I say, I don't ever tell people to just come to my channel for information. You watch other channels, see what they're saying, cross-reference information. But yeah, it was definitely 100% manipulation. This is something I learned outside of crypto, completely outside of crypto, outside of markets and anything. They always make up a reason why. Do I want to talk about that? I don't care. I'm gonna make some people mad. I don't care. So I learned this outside because I work in entertainment. I don't know if y'all know I produce too. So music, film, all that kind of stuff. That's why when people come on my channel like, oh, you trying to get clout, bro. I'm so past the clout phase in my life that y'all don't even understand. And I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all don't realize, even when I first started this channel, how relaxing it is to come here in crypto and be a nobody. Like, and people look at your channel and they're like, oh, his channel's small, therefore this is his life's work. And oh my gosh, like, your channel's not going to grow if I say, bro, I don't care, man. I do so much other stuff in my life. But anyway, with music, you'll see somebody pop out and then they'll give you like a reason why they came up, and they be like, well, they was working on their mixtape. And no, it's because somebody decided to fund their career to push a narrative that they wanted to push, and it's going to be controversial. But I don't like Sexy Red. She gets on my last nerve, and they just pushed her up and propped her up in order to push the narratives that they want to make black women look bad, and like, yeah, this is what black women act like. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, but whatever. Stick around if you want. So what I realize is, for a person like me who actually grew up in the like hood atmosphere, and I grew up in the hood or whatever, people who grew up, black people or black women who grew up in suburban life feel like that's their blackness, and they have to prove their blackness. So those are the people that's flocking to Sexy Red. It's mainly the suburban people, because a lot of my friends from the hood, they're like, why she gotta act so trashy? And it's like, because that's what the narrative they want to push. So they'll give you a reason why she blew up, but the only reason she blew up is because they manipulated the market for her to blow up. It's not organic at all. Some of y'all might get mad. I don't really care. But so the same thing happens with crypto. They give you a reason why stuff is happening, but it's nothing but, it's always a hand pushing the button. There's always a finger pushing the button, whether it's a sell or buy button. So you can fall for that stuff if you want to, but that's what I was telling people, is like, it's gonna last longer. I said, man, right now, if you have a 50% dip, grab that. Go ahead and grab that. I don't care if it falls another 15, 20%. Go ahead and grab that 50% dip, because you know what you're gonna look at. You're like, man, I thought it was gonna go lower, man. I've seen it 1,000 times. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. I thought I was gonna go lower, man. I didn't know it was gonna go back up that fast. Like, that's why you shouldn't try to be a fortune teller. I don't believe any of us went to school to be a fortune teller. I don't know if any of us have those powers. If you do, please holler at me. Let me know. Let me know what's happening in the future, and we can all make money together. But stop trying to play the fortune teller game. As he said, is it still time to buy now? If you see a dip, if it's a 40, 30 to 50% dip, it's time to buy to me. I don't care about this market going lower. Like, it's a good sale now. And if it goes lower, hopefully you have some dry powder. If you don't have dry powder, you're going to have some tact. You're going to have some self-control. You're going to have some mental stability. You're going to feel bad not having dry powder, but you got a good sale, and the market's going to go back up. So like I said, most of this market is mental, and people like, dang, I don't have dry powder. Just chill. It's gonna feel some type of way. I understand that. So maybe stop looking at your portfolio. I don't know. But to me, it's still time to buy. I looked at the market a little bit earlier, like some of the ones we got and stuff, but some of them were still pretty good sales to me. You better catch them before they start going back up. Stop worrying about if it goes back down. I don't know. That's what I got to say about that. Katie said, hit the likes, hit the like peeps. Hit the like button, y'all. Rose said, in these times, we have to be skeptical and watch out for the nonsense, but remain optimistic that we are on the correct path. Yeah, you're on the correct path. So like I said, it don't matter if it falls anymore. If you got a dip now, know that the market's going back up. These people want to make money just like y'all. Sometimes I think people talk about, like, whether it's VCs or whales is like these big bad wolves, and they can be too, but you make money with them. You swim with the whales. Don't try to swim against the current. Like, the current's it's gonna be going up. I'm sorry, I missed the message earlier. One of my friends messaged me, and yeah, the market is gonna go back up. So learn how to swim with the whales, with whatever they're doing, because the money is there to be made. All right. Joe said my meme coins are outperforming all my crypto. I mean, I believe you can go back to one of my very first streams, and I remember a couple of people did say what, and like in the comments, and I had made a statement early, even before I made the statement that meme coins are going to be a narrative this cycle. I said meme coins can be a hedge to your portfolio, and people are like, this boy is stupid. He don't know what he's talking about. Bitcoin is the hedge. Bigger caps are the hedge. I'm not even following this dude's channel because he don't know what he's talking about. But no, meme coins are a hedge against your portfolio, because what happens early in the cycle, um, uh, utility projects, tech projects, blue chips, they run, right? Then when they drop, meme coins run because that's the crazy people coming in, which they're not too crazy anymore. But the crazy people coming in, like, all right, that's dropping, so let me make some money over here, and it keeps going back and forth. Utility, meme coins. But when the bull run starts, they all gonna be running at the same time. So yeah, I always have, even before I started talking about meme coins on my channel, I always had them, but I wanted to be scared, careful with a person that's having a crypto channel in a Patreon talking about meme coins or whatever, because I don't want to lead somebody that's new astray and have them invest in all the meme coins. But yeah, I do have a percentage of meme coins, to hedge against when other stuff is falling or whatever, and it usually keeps my portfolio pretty balanced or whatever. Yeah, even me sometimes, everybody, whether it's meme coins or utility, you're gonna see that 20-30% drop in your portfolio sometimes 50%. But it's like I keep saying, it's the price you pay. The volatility is the price you pay to make these life changing gains. Milkshake said, I'm been deep into base narrative, up huge next few I'm looking at. Man, you know what? I'm ticked about this one. I didn't get a chance to study it. I actually, a couple of my associates, I guess you would say, in the space, they got in like, 15, 18, 20 cents. I had saw that joint. This gonna sound stupid. I'm just being honest. I saw it and saw it was connected to base. I literally didn't even look to see what it was. That's where I saw arrow like at 6 cents. Boy, that one burns, man. I can't. That one really burns. Um, and maybe the Twitter page didn't even really explain what it was. I don't think it even presented itself as like a DEX. It was saying something else on the page. But yeah, that one burns. So yeah, I don't try to be that channel that like I catch every doggone token. I literally saw that mug. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I don't like the. I said I ain't like the colors because it looked like American Airlines, and then the Twitter. I feel stupid about that one. I do. But it is what it is, man. It's just you can't catch everything. Da. Oh yeah, I've seen some of those meme coins stuff too, and some of the other products too. But yeah, I'm looking deep in it too. I'm actually, I'm not trying to sound like the know-it-all guy, but I'm looking deeper past what people can find, like outside of the things that says, "Oh, this is the category of base." Like I'm in some other stuff. What I will say is one of them that we put out, and actually a lot of people was bullish on it. This play when I put it out, and y'all start researching it yourself. But I'll mention it in the group. Maybe I'll just remind me when I get off the stream. But yeah, one of those plays are in the base ecosystem, but there's no labeling anywhere that tells you that. Um, so whenever they pop into that, yeah, I think it's definitely going to run. It's a dope project too. I think it's a dope project. Um, so yeah, so somebody in the Patreon, go ahead and ask me what that is. So when I get off, I'll remember because I ain't gonna lie, I will forget. I'll forget to mention it. Um, and just said this. I guess you're saying this is my first rodeo. I sure do appreciate the info that you give. Oh yeah, man, man. Your first time around is gonna sound scary. And like I said, every time on the channel, I try to say like, this is not me trying to be fake, Mister Positive or Mister Strong and brave. Like I was just like, I wasn't really bothered by the dip. I was happy as I don't know what, because I was like, man, I missed some of these at some, accumulating at some of these prices. So I was excited. Other people would get scared about, man, this project going to zero, it's trash. And I'm like, the whole market's dumping. What are you talking about? So yeah, stick with it. Stick with us. I think you'll be all right. Hopefully you're in the Patreon, and that's not me trying to shield the Patreon, just really, um, you can get some help in the market. And one thing I do like about my Patreon, this sounds condescending, but it's always the leader. That's just like a household. Like usually it's the father. How the father acts determines the tone of the household. And I will say, like, I don't deal with drama in my group, and I've seen like I've seen like 3 or 4 times where like people in the group really rallied together to help somebody new. Because I do have a thing like when people are like brand new to crypto, I have like, you can have like a little 2 hour session with me, and I can like teach you all the ropes, how to trade and all that kind of stuff. And I don't charge as much as some people. Like it's crazy. But so the person was asking me, they was like, um, how much do you charge to teach crypto? I don't know anything about crypto. I'm brand new. So I told them my price, which is really cheap. It's like $500 versus most people charge thousands. And so I said, listen, I said, if you don't have the money, I said, I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to take your money. You don't even have to go to, take the class. I said, people in the group are really helpful. That's the kind of tone I try to keep my group. And I was busy that day, and I came back in the group, and everybody was like helping this one person, like, yeah, do it like this. And they were like, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go back to work or whatever. And everybody's like, no, you'll get it. So I like that about the group or whatever. I know I've had some stuff, on my channel. It seems like I'm into the drama, but I can't stand drama. I've dealt with enough drama in my life, but I do address stuff when I have to. But my group is pretty chill, so I don't know if you're in there or not, but join you. You'll do much better in the market. Milkshake said, "You're right, though." I don't even know what that statement was about, but appreciate it. Joe said you have to get blue chip memes on base like Bread and Toshi. Coinbase will list them because it's the base chain. Well, let me say, can't say that for a fact, but there could be a probability depending on who's behind them. I know people do like Bread and Toshi, but don't automatically say that. That's how a lot of people get stuck. And a lot of people, I'm not saying you're doing it for that reason, but a lot of people, they do that to people and they be like, hey, this is on blah, blah. So they're going to list it. That's not all the time. I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they will, but I'm just saying don't think that's a definite. But yeah, they've been pretty, I guess they've been performing with it pretty well. And they got a decent community behind them. So yeah. Milkshake said, I see a few influencers all pushing the same coin at the same time. I think I know what you're talking about. What some of these tokens people just push, and I'll say one in particular, they just push because they're trying to get followers. And all I can say, man, I'm not trying to, be petty and compete with anybody, but I'm probably one of the more, and I didn't say the only one, but I'm one of the more authentic channels you get. I don't have any motive behind the stuff I do on my channel. I'm not a motives type of person at all. Like if I do something, it's because I did it because I wanted to do it because it needed to be done or needed to be said or whatever. But you have a lot of people pushing tokens that they don't even hold just because they know they get a following. Let me be honest. I know I talk about. Let me just say it with the elephant in the room. Casper's one of those people. Just talk about it. So because Casper has built up a community, I won't lie. But it's not going to do the numbers that people saying it's going to do. But they know if they talk about Casper, they'll get people following into their channel. To be honest, it's the same with Cardano, same with XRP, same with a lot of these tokens. And to be honest, I'm bullish on Solana, but people do it with Solana. Most times people just talk about tokens on their channel because they know it'll bring people to their channel and make people subscribe. But I don't really care about growing subscribers and stuff like that. So I don't really play that game. I agree 100% about Sexy Red. Her music and talent are not equal in the rise of her career. Yeah, I'm in this industry. Like I'm in there. So I see how stuff works. I see when it happens and stuff like that. So yeah, she was definitely she's a they paid for her campaign. I remember even in the beginning when people were not accepting. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent because the person said, but when people were not accepting her, they kept pushing it, and like people say, they force it down your throats because people was not with it at the beginning. But I don't mean to offend nobody that's watching, but I'm just people are simple minded, and as I get older, I realize what older people. I thought it meant something else, but older people used to always say "monkey see, monkey do," and I thought I knew what that meant, but now I'm realizing what it means. Like if you keep pushing it enough, people just gonna look around and say, "Well, everybody else dancing to her music." Let me say this first, because just like with cryptos, I try to be balanced. But for one, it's not hers really. But of course, they putting these fire beats under her stuff. But what she be saying in the way she be acting is like, you know what I mean? But they know if they put the right beat underneath her, everybody gonna dance to it, and then everybody gonna catch on like, and then you slowly people saying, you know what, I kind of like her. You was just talking trash about her last week, but now you see everybody else listen to the music. Now you got to be like, I kind of like her. Then it turns into you being the whole stand. Like, yeah, they definitely pushed her. The same, and it's funny because people don't realize I work in the film and TV industry as well as music. In the same time they was pushing her was the same time they put out a campaign to bash NFTs to scare people out of crypto. So whether it's film and TV, whether it's music, whether it's crypto, um, and some of y'all may know this, so I'm not trying to say like I'm talking over your head, but a lot of people are not aware of what a publicist is. And when they do publicist tours and junkie the kits and all that press kits and all that stuff, a lot of stuff you see in life, I'm gonna get back on crypto, but a lot of stuff you see in life um is paid for. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Nobody talks about Beyonce because she's Beyonce. And you probably like, what? But she's huge. She's one of the biggest stars. Nobody talks about Beyonce because she's Beyonce. They talk about Beyonce because they have paid a publicist to go across the different magazines and say, how much is it for a Beyonce article? How much is it to post? No, no, you're like, man, that's Beyonce. She the Beehive. She been around for 20 years, man. People posting her because they like her. No, no, they're not. They pay each, whether it's an Instagram page or if it's People's Magazine or whatever, everything you see is paid for. It's paid for marketing. Like nobody's just going to be dropping. Nobody's going to give you a front page for free. No matter, you could be Michael Jackson. You're not getting the front page for free. It does not matter. You're going to have to pay for it. So what these are is paid promotion. So they got the money behind it and they start pushing the hamster wheel or whatever. So if they want to make NFTs look bad and scare people, young people out of crypto, and I just say what it is, especially like young Black Americans out of crypto, they went to academics page, they went to Shade Room, they went to what's the one that started with a B? I'm tripping right now. Something report. I can't even think of what it's called right now. But they went to all these Instagram pages and they put all this stupid stuff about NFTs and how they were dumb, how much people lost on NFTs to scare young Black investors out of getting into crypto because they're going to correlate NFTs with crypto. Anyway, back to crypto. As I was saying, like a lot of stuff is paid for. Radiant said, Hazel, glad I came across your crypto channel months ago. I saw you on a popular TV show a few times. Awesome job. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, all the stuff is paid for. Bleacher Report, Bleacher Report. I'm having some trouble with comments on here, but yeah. So they everything is paid for. So if you didn't know that, now that's kind of alpha because a lot of people don't know that. And the reason I figured out is when I was going on one of my when I went on one of my press tours or whatever for a project I had done, and so I was talking to like the producers or whatever. And then all of a sudden I had this other person in my inbox is like, hey, we're from the marketing and excuse me, I'm tripping right now, the publicist department or whatever, and was asking me for all this different information. And then the place I was going, I'm thinking I have to book my trip or whatever, but they were taking care of all that, and that was early, and I was like, wait a minute, this is how this works. And so everything works like that in the industry or whatever. Like you don't nothing just happens like that. But yeah, that's kind of how it works, man. But listen, y'all, appreciate you guys coming and hanging out on the stream. It's kind of chill day to day, but definitely be looking at different things that you can buy up. Um, look at different stuff that you can buy, catch the sales. Um, yeah, and just try to be chill. Now, like I said, I'm not saying the market can't go lower, but you definitely should be trying to buy stuff when you get a chance to buy. And I mean, it is what it is. I'm looking at a lot of new stuff soon, so hopefully we'll be bringing some stuff to the Patreon or whatever. Oh yeah, I always feel if you want to join the Patreon, I do this at the end of the show all the time. But if you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. And as I always say, I will be cutting this off a whole lot earlier than most people's Patreons. I didn't know some people's Patreons are just astronomically huge for no reason. I would like to help as many people as I can, but I can't help everybody. So, and like I said, I would like to go ahead and get this filled up and close it off. And let me say this too, because I saw once again, somebody said some comment on my channel the other day, like, yo, you shouldn't put this on your page because it's going to hurt your job prospects. It's like, bro, I know y'all think like YouTube is my life and you're like, oh, you got 100 subscribers, you must be a nobody. Bro, I got so many different endeavors, businesses and stuff. I'm not working nobody's job. But what I will say, when it takes away from my other businesses and stuff I do, I have to fund my research some type of way. And that's why you pay for the Patreon or whatever. So it's paying for my time or whatever. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to have a huge Patreon. I want to cut this off as soon as possible. Therefore, I can get the people that's going to be in there and we can all work together and just go from there. And there's no new people at the end of the cycle and a whole bunch of straggling people's coming in at the middle or the end of the cycle. Some people are going to take it because it's money and they don't give a crap about the people in their Patreon. They just want to take as much money as they can. But I would be glad if I could just close this off as soon as possible and then just rock with who was in there. Yeah, anyway, join the Patreon, patreon.com/cryptozo. And I will catch you guys next time. If you're in the Patreon, I'll catch you in a few minutes. I got to go get some breakfast though, guys, because I haven't As you hear, my voice is dry. I haven't drank any water, haven't eaten any breakfast. So let me go do that, and I'll be back to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you.